Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom coming to you from Shanghai, back for another Eurovision reaction video. Tonight I'm going to be giving a brief preview of the Eurovision final, which is happening in a few hours. I'm giving my thoughts on the favourites and who I think is going to win tonight. So let's kiki. No timestamps because this is going to be a brief video. I'm going to go straight into it. I am super excited for the show tonight. It's after 2 years, we're finally getting our competition back. It's a little bit surreal. On top of that, not only are we getting it back, but we're getting back what I think is one of the strongest years that we've ever had. Also, we have six-ish, it keeps changing all the time, but at this moment in time we have 6 favorites, which is awesome because usually going into the final we tend to have like a head-to-head between one or 2 people, sometimes 3. So to have 6 battling it out is just really awesome. On top of that, I like all 6 songs and I like all 6 artists. Plus, I think all 6 countries would be awesome hosts as well. So it really does feel like a win-win-win situation. I think the show is absolutely stacked. If you saw my running order analysis, I think there's like a teeny tiny weak spot, but the rest of it is just absolutely going to be brilliant. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to quickly discuss who the favorites are. Of course, you know Italy, France, Malta, Ukraine, Switzerland, and Iceland. Of those 6, I'd probably take Iceland out of the conversation. I think they're a little bit too far away. I would love to see them have a great result, but I don't really think that they're in the running to win. Of those other 5, I would probably remove Malta as well. I don't think it's just because of the running order of them coming 6th. I don't really feel like this had the staging that was gonna win anyway. I think the song is good, but the staging and everything put together, I think Destiny is definitely winner quality. The whole package, I'm just not getting enough winner vibes from, and I think coming in 6th, I would love her to prove me wrong and win from 6th, because then not only would Malta win, which I would be ecstatic about because it would be a first time win for them, it would also be a first time win for Iceland as well. But we could put to bed this thing that someone who's early in the running order can't win. So it would be really great if they can do it, but I don't think that they're going to win. The other person I'm finding hard to believe will win it as well is France, and that's because I've just seen so many times them being at the top of the odds and it just not materializing into an actual result. So I'm just so wary of the fact that France are very high up in the odds, but there's no fruition. And I, again, love it to win. I have to say all 6 of these I'm very happy if they win. There's no one who would disappoint me, but I would also just be a little bit surprised. I think the song is really great and artistic. I think it'll do great with the jury. I don't know if it has like repeat listenability or it's really like infectious or really makes people want to jump up and vote. So I'm not really super convinced of that. So for me, I think the win is going to come down to 3 countries. That's Italy, Ukraine, and Switzerland. Now, the interesting thing actually about all 6 out of 5 is that there's no one who really seems to be like definitely super strong, but actually I'd say Malta are probably the closest, that their jury and televote will probably seem the closest. Ukraine, I think their televote is going to be higher. Italy's televote will be higher. France, I think their jury vote will be higher. Switzerland, I think their jury vote will be higher. The reason I'm including Switzerland is that I was surprised by how he was doing on iTunes. He's actually selling quite well on iTunes. Not doing well on Spotify, but I think Spotify generally skews towards a younger audience, whereas iTunes is towards an older audience. I don't use Spotify at all. I have not used it once in a single time in my entire life. I never will. I do buy a lot of stuff off iTunes though. It's interesting that we're definitely going to be going into the final voting with for example, Switzerland and maybe France having this big lead, and it's just going to be a case of, is their league going to be big enough that Italy and Ukraine can't catch up with them? And that's why I think the show is going to be really exciting. It's going to be so super close between the 6 countries. Like I said, we're so used to having like maybe 1 or 2 countries at the top, so to have 6 different countries possibly battling it out, it's just brilliant. It's going to be so exciting when we get to the voting stage. I'm just so happy with what we're getting this year. I just think it's such a fantastic return to the competition. Let's have a look at the booking odds. So the bookies right now, they have Italy at 3-1, France at 4.6, Malta at 6.2, Ukraine at 6, Switzerland 11, and Iceland at 19. So that's one of the reasons why I cut out Iceland, because you can see they're quite far behind. I also did a poll earlier on my channel. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you who I want at the end, but we're going to go through all this stuff first. I did it quite late, so there's only 294 votes, but you guys, 10% of you said Malta, 12% said Ukraine, 22% said France, 26% said Switzerland, and 31% said Italy. So again, really super close between 3 of the countries. It's just so exciting. There's the 5, and there's always that possibility that someone's gonna like really do better than our expectations as well, like North Macedonia did in 2019. Let's go to the community. Because this poll has only been put up a day ago, these scores are going to be very fresh. So it's the same top 5. Ukraine are in 5th, then France, then Malta, then Switzerland, then Italy. I don't know, that does suggest to me that Switzerland could have a good televote, and France also could have a good televote as well. I just love how close it's so hard to call. Everything will make so much sense in hindsight, but for now we really just don't know how people are going to react. You can see Ukraine, Cyprus, you can see Cyprus and San Marino also doing well in the televote as well, which I like to see. So who do I think is going to win? It's terrible because I find it really hard to not be biased towards this, but I'm going to put my money on Switzerland. And the reason for that is I just think the performance is absolutely and utterly spectacular. I think this is definitely done well with the jury. In terms of the televote, my big thing was, would people react to this in terms of a televote? The community reaction to this was really incredible. This was number one in the community app for the whole time, and we are part of the televote community. A small part of it, but we are part of it. On top of that, seeing him doing in iTunes and whatnot, I just think this can go through. I think it's been flying under the radar because it kind of peaked maybe a little bit earlier than the other ones, especially Malta and Italy, and then because of that, maybe it's just suffered a little bit from lack of newness. But yeah, this is what I'm guessing. But honestly, I can see all 5 of these winning. I would not be surprised. I would probably expect Italy would be my second guess. And then my third guess would probably be, I want to say France, but I just still can't believe it. I would probably say Ukraine. If they get, if the jury love Ukraine, my God, they're definitely going to do really, really well with the televote. Their streaming and iTunes scores are crazy. And then if the jury like them as well, I think that's a bit of a dynamite combination. So we've also got some smaller sub-stories going on as well. There's 5 places left in the top 10. Now, I'm assuming those 5 will all make the top 10. There's 5 spots left. Who's going to get them? I want to see San Marino get their best result ever and their first ever top 10. I would like both of those. Their previous best result was 19, but I would love them to see them just sneak into the top 10 and get that double achievement. I hope there's a good reaction to Bulgaria as well. They used to be in the talk to win, but that seems to have stopped. They would be a first time winner as well. And then of course, who's going to come last? My money's on Spain, but also possibly could be the UK, and unfortunately I really, really hope not, could also be Netherlands as well. And then we're going to have the shocks. Who are the shocks going to be? Every year it's fantastic to see who's the person that nobody expected just coming out of nowhere. That's my favorite thing about the whole thing. I can't wait to see. I'm going to be doing my live stream later. I was having a couple of technical issues, which I'm very sure I have managed to fix or find a workaround about, so don't worry about that. So I will see you later tonight. I'm hopefully going to be wearing a special costume, not a special costume. I'm going to be wearing an outfit to support my favorite country. Please come and watch. That's it. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in another Eurovision reaction video very soon. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah.